Grand Rising and Priming Powerful Beings. Shout out to you. It's the Holistic Motivator, and today I'm going to be talking about surrendering to God and having faith along your journey of healing, personal growth and development, of just bringing out what you got out here. So part of having the courage to keep doing what you're doing, to keep revealing your gift, to keep walking along the path, to keep trusting the process is faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and not seen. Faith is not, I see it so I believe it. Faith is, I believe it so I see it. Even when others doubt it, they can't waver me because I believe. So there is power in faith, but there is power in surrender. Faith is not just, oh, I have an outcome and I'm trusting that this outcome is going to get my way. Faith is, I have a desire and I'm going to give it to God and I'm going to let God do what he do. And faith is not, I'm controlling the future. Faith is, I'm going to be in alignment with the present. And I'm going to be present. And I'm going to allow the presence of God to be known in my life. And through that presence, everything is going to work out for me no matter what it looks like. All I do is grind no matter how it looks like. All I do is create no matter how it looks like. This is faith. Faith gets you to keep getting up every day and do what you're doing regardless of what it looks like. Because inside of you, insight, through the sight inside, you've seen it. It is a matter of seeing things that others have not seen. Eyes have not heard. Eyes have not seen. Ears have not heard. But yet you know it to be true. Faith is, I hear, not because I hear through my 2 ears. I hear because I hear through my heart. Faith is, I see, not because I see with my eyes. Faith is, I see because I see with my first eye. So we have to split what we are currently seeing, experiencing, and understand that we are more divine than the present thing that's in front of us. This is faith. But surrender is, I don't have to control this situation. I don't have to control the outcome. I don't have to control the time period of which this is given to me. Not having to control the time period means that you understand that there is more for me. Let me know how the audio is. I got too much stones on. Got my tiger eye. Shout out to everybody. This is a podcast. Let me know how my audio is. Great. So this is a podcast. This is Ed Talks Daily. Y'all go to edtalksdaily.com to subscribe. I'm going to keep giving the message. And go leave your boy a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Help this grow to the world. Don't say thank you, give thank you. And the way you give thank you is by leaving a nice review. And that's going to help this reach more people. So appreciate y'all for tapping in. So I'm talking about faith and surrendering. Let me tell you something. God is able to do what he said he will do. However, we don't necessarily know exactly how it's going to look like. All we got to do is do our part in it. And one of the things is God has something in store for you and you may have never experienced it. So since you never experienced it, you don't know how it looks like. But however, you hear the directions of your intuition and all you got to do is follow the vision and the mission. And you just keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. As soon as your heart is in the right place, everything is going to fall in place in divine timing. I only show up and do what I do consistently regardless of what happens because I know what God told me in the dark and I have faith and I am learning to surrender each time. Surrender means you are able to forego the desires of the flesh to reveal in the spirit what was said for you to do. Surrender means also letting things go so you can grow. Yesterday was a full moon. Today is probably a full moon for some people. What are some of the things that you know you ought to let go in your life, but for some reason they feel so stuck to you, and you have identified with those things, and due to that identification of those things, you're not able to free yourself from those things because you feel like by letting that thing go, I'm losing myself. God is saying, you got to lose yourself to gain the kingdom. So yesterday, my prayer, and I meditated and I prayed together. I've learned how to get myself sound by meditating and praying together. And the prayer in my heart was this: God, please allow me to let go and shed off the weights. Please utilize me and let me forego my ego so that I can be used for your will. And I just kept saying that over and over and over, because in my heart, I'm like, God, thank you for these gifts, and I want to use them to its highest potential. And I know that I get in my way sometimes, and I just need your assistance. I know that my thoughts can be toxic. I know that my behaviors may not align. God, please help me. Surrendering is once you realize that you're more powerful when you got the Creator on your side. Now, here's the thing. You are a powerful being. But imagine how much powerful you would be if you tapped into the God inside of you. You are a powerful being. But imagine how powerful you'd be if you let God lead your life. Look, some people have an organization and they're going to hire a CEO because they got this nice degree, because they got this experience. They're going to hire a CEO. But guess what? You have a business called you. Why don't you let God be the CEO of your life? He's going to make the best decisions. He was here in the beginning. There was the Word, and the Word was God. And if you're looking for somebody to lead your life, why not let the Word lead your life rather than taking everybody else's word and letting that lead your life? I say to you, my friend, don't listen to what I'm saying. Let it guide you towards God and listen to what God tells you. I'm a vessel that God uses daily, so that's why I'm, God, please use me, because I ain't got nothing better to do here. I got nothing better to do here. And God was here in the beginning, and in the end, God will always be here. So what I'm saying is, nothing can waver God. Nothing can move God out of its place. But people will waver. People will be with you one day and they're not with you the next. People will forsake you, but God will never forsake you. This is why you got to depend on God. People will come and they will soak in your energy, and they will leave and not even say thank you. But God will bless your steps when you do the works of God. That's why I don't need thanks from a human, because God already is thanking me. God said, I'm going to bless you with more wisdom. I'm going to bless your kids. I'm going to bless generations through you. So you got to understand that you will be blessed through your works, but you got to have faith. So a lot of people, they got faith. They're like, God, please bless me. I got a lot of faith. And then they do no work at all. And somebody said faith without works is dead. So they have faith, but they don't work. So how will you be blessed? Manifestation is, I was faithful enough to be obedient to God's direction for my life. I was consistent enough and persistent enough in applying the direction. And therefore, I've been blessed by the Creator, and I give thanks for the blessing. This is manifestation. A lot of people think, well, through my own efforts, I did everything and I did it. Even if you didn't pray, even if you didn't give homage to the Creator, God has spiritual laws in place. When I speak of God, I don't just speak of an entity that is doing stuff in the background. God places laws in place, and these laws yield certain results, but He has been the fundamental. That's why He was the Word. And it was, let there be this principles. And then these principles kept creating. So you're like, man, God, please feed me. And God said, look, here's a seed. And you're like, I don't know how to plant though. But God said, look, I got it. I got the knowledge everywhere. Just put the put the seed in the ground, water it, and tend to it, and prune it. It's all in the Word. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was God. Boom. Okay. And then the Word had principles, and those principles yield results. So that means it is through the principles you gain results. And once you follow the principles, you're going to be blessed. So the reason why some things are not working in your favor, it's not because God has not favored you, but you have not listened to the instructions that God put out, and therefore things are not working in your favor. You have favor, but you're not applying the principles. You're not listening to the word. So yes, you want to yield this result, but you think the word is a constraint when it's actually an aid in construction. This is what I found out. When I was a kid, when I was a child, I thought as a child, I was like, commandments, I don't want to do this. This is telling me to do that. You're not the boss of me. When I really became a little wiser, I was like, oh, snap. Actually, God is giving us secrets of how not to have to deal with. Look, I never understood why God said, do not fornicate. Let's go there. Until I started dealing with a lot of toxic women, and I was like, okay, now I get it. I never knew what God said, do not covet thy eyes, right? Until I started watching pornography and I saw the effects of my life. I never understood why God said kept the temple clean until I started toxifying my temple and I saw the results. Results speak louder than rules. Some people, so not everybody gonna like this. Results speak louder than rules. If you don't follow certain principles and you lie, guess what happens? You got to cover the lie. So that's why I don't even like lying no more. I don't like lying. It's just not that fun. Because now I told a lie and I got to cover the lie. So when there was a principle of don't kill people, it was not constraint. It was actually saving you from having bodies in your soul. So you think the laws block out your blessing, but they're saving you from demise. Now, there are not just laws that say, oh, don't do that, don't do that. There are actually more laws that say, do this and this will happen. So one of the laws is, honor your mom and your dad and your days will be long. One of the laws that came with a promise. Now, there's more wisdom in that than just God saying if you honor your mother and your father, your days will be long. No, guess what? There are so many things that when you honor your parents that can save your life. Remember when your mama said, don't touch the stove, you're going to get burnt. And you touched the stove and you got burnt. Sometimes some people actually died faster because they wasn't obedient to their parents and some of the laws that could have saved their life. So these things are actually more practical. And the book of Proverbs in its own literally tells you. One of the laws says, why are you sleeping all day? You should be just like the ant. You should toil in the summer so you could reap in the fall. And somebody said, God is saying stop being lazy because there's a law of activity. If you put activity, you're going to get the results. God said, look, be mindful of your thoughts because the power of life and death is in your tongue. And you think God, look, all that is saying is your words will manifest the law of attraction. The word helps you build and it destroys the thing that kills your crops. So wisdom is in the word, but the word is in you. Therefore, wisdom is in you. And to tap into wisdom, you got to clear the temple. So where does all this stuff come from? I just keep aligning myself a certain way and then God blesses me. I don't know where they come from. I'd be amazed I'd be like, how did I didn't do that. So surrendering is God use me for your will and becoming a vessel to be utilized. And once you are a vessel, you can become a blessing. And those who are a blessing will surely be blessed. As you give, you shall receive. Give unto others, and then you will get back. The law of reciprocity. There are laws. Laws are not meant to limit you. They're here to free you. And surrendering is, I'm going to follow the law. Look, you're not following laws for God's sake. God got stuff to do through you, and he would very well love to use you. But he has a lot of people he can use. You're not doing this for God's sake. Look, God's plan for your life is to elevate you and not to harm you. I didn't even know I knew all of these scriptures, but I guess I do. You know, God's plan is to elevate you and not to harm you. But the thing is, you stuck to your plan, you're not surrendering to God's plan. And sometimes the reason why things are not working out in your favor is because you're so stuck to your plan. Like, you're so certain that this is the way, but then you're not actually asking God for what is the right way. You're so stuck to your life plan. Oh, I got to do that. I got to do that. I got to be with this person. I got to be that. That you're not really listening to God's intuitive, what God placed in you to act out. And the reason why you're not manifesting is because you're too stuck to your plan and you're not listening to God's plan. So in this season, I want you, it doesn't matter what I want. In this season, I advise you to say this. Am I matching God's plan with my plan? Okay. Am I matching God's plan with my plan? Am I so stuck to what I thought I should be, what I thought I should do, what they said I wanted to do, that I'm not really doing what God put me here to do? Am I so stuck on survival that I'm not really trusting God to do what he told me? So some of you, you've been blessed with a gift, you've been blessed with a vision, and you know it. And there's a season for everything. There's a season that you cultivate. There's a season that you reveal. There's a season that you get in. However, you got to understand, the more you toil towards what is not your God's plan for your life, is the more you're going to find obstacles. But even when you get in alignment with God's plan, part of following God's plan is a development process through pain. So God's plan comes with pain, but pain is inevitable. Every plan comes with pain. Except on the other side of God's plan is a purpose. On the other side of your solely plan is just what you thought was going to fulfill you, but it didn't really fulfill you. So if your plan was to do this to make money, you might get the money, but you going to forego the purpose. So you will step into money, but you're going to step out of fulfillment. I'd rather you make no money, but you operated out of God's plan. But I say, why not do both? And the way you do that is by being proactive. To do both, you got to be proactive in listening to the instructions. To construct, you got to listen to the instructions. And the person who instructs is the Creator. If you don't listen to the instructions of the Creator, then your life starts to go in destruction to wake you up. So God is saying, build this. Now you so not listening. Now he has to break this down. But either way, you're going to get broke down. It's part of the process. Don't think just because you listen. Look, part of listening to God's plan is being broken down. So you're like, either ways, I got to face pain. Either ways, you're going to face pain. That's inevitable. It's life. Okay, I just want you to know. And don't fear the pain. Embrace the pain. I love pain, but I don't like to stay in it. I like to transmute my pain. Transform your pain to purpose. Grow through the pain. Elevate through the pain. How do I do that? How I do that as a healer is I invest my pain into my art. Literally. I literally come and do podcasts and do seminars and retreats and meditation sessions, and I take a piece of all the pain that I went through, and through that pain I help other people transform. I transform my own life. I add value with my pain. Your pain becomes a product. In fact, most of the products that you see in the world is actually out of somebody's pain. The pain makes a point. Let's go to business here. See, y'all need to be in my master classes because y'all take the smaller people for granted. And you waiting for me to be big till you get the wisdom, but you don't realize, okay, whatever. I'm about to give you some business tip right here. Pain points. You buy products because they help alleviate a pain point. The pain makes a point, and on the other side of a pain point is a product. So let me give you an example. If you're anxious, Your pain point is, I need to release my anxiety. I created a product with God, where God already gave me leaves. God gave all of us these leaves, but not everybody took the leaves and packaged them up and sold them as tea. I understand your pain point is you have anxiety and stress, and I realized that God is already blessed. So I took some leaves, Lepia alba, lemongrass, and verbena. I put them together, I packaged them up, and I marketed it as the anxiety. And here helps with your pain point. Go buy it, theholisticmotivator.com. That was a good ad. However, every other product on the market is to a pain point. Okay? Somebody needs to sit. Oh, you know what? Wood. God gave the wood. Pain point. The courses that you create, pain point. Somebody don't know how to eat healthy, pain point. Somebody's stressed. The yoga class that you teach, pain point. Look, your healing class about how you went through that, a pain point. Look, God makes a point through your pain, and your pain becomes your purpose, and it is through the test that becomes your testimony, and the testimony becomes your work, and your work becomes what helps you sustain your life. So now you've turned your pain into purpose, your purpose into profit. And now you're living a fulfilling life out of what you grew through is what you teach to other people to grow. And it doesn't have to look like just courses, teaching, whatever. It can actually look like products, services. Look, somebody said, I had this issue with my hair, and then I just kept going through this pain point, and then now I figured a way to fix it. So now I created a product, and now I sell it. So the thing is, people look at their pain, they don't look at the point of their pain. All things are working for your greater good, but you have to understand that, there's a point to the pain. And the point to the pain is not always for you to come out with a product. The point to the pain, a lot of time, is for you to produce something out of your pain. Production is not just you going to the marketplace and selling something. Production is you being in a certain way that produces a certain life that you love. So sometimes early in your life, you have to go through a pain point in order for you to actually taste the sweetness of life. Look, there's a strong contrast in bitter and sweet. Have you ever tried to eat something sweet, but because you ate something sweeter, that thing is no longer sweet, so you had to eat something salty to taste of something sweet? Okay, let me give you an example. You ever had ice cream, and then you ate something less sweet than the ice cream, then other things seem bland, so now you have to eat like a sour thing in order to... So this is how your pain does. You don't know what's really sweet till you've been through sour circumstances. Then you really find out what's sweet. So pain is the greatest blessing because it allows you to discover the sweetness of life. Because you can be sold into the matrix quickly thinking that, oh, this is sweet, but it ain't. The devil will convince you that what you got is sweet, but it ain't. It's a lie. It's the matrix. Let me give you an example. A lot of people, they make it. They get a lot of money, but they never really learn what life is about. So they live their whole life living pseudo-happiness. And to some extent, they may have been experienced little hits of happiness, but they never hit bliss. So they were robbed by making it. So you wondering, man, God, look, I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of having no money. God is like, no, you're not. You're not poor. You just don't have the money yet, but you are not poor. Trust me. You understand more about life than a rich person. But guess what? I'm not gonna keep you poor. That don't make me look good. Okay. You think God gave me all of these gifts and he's gonna keep me poor? No. It is in my poor actions that I am poor, not because God wants me to be poor. And I am not poor, by the way. I just mean, you may like, God, I don't have enough money yet, God. God is like, okay, look, I just want you to taste the sweetness of life first, and then I'll give you the money. So you don't become, it's bittersweet. Life is bittersweet like that. Because God wants you to be sold to the purpose more than the money. If you're sold to the profit more than the money, then it's not that deep. Look, when I show up with this few people and I add a lot of value to them, like there's 1,000 people and I don't care about the money, means that when there's 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 people, I will be making so much money and I'll still be caring about the people. It's a process. Look, God says, can you shepherd and not get nothing in return so that I know for sure you're not just doing it for the thing? Now I've aligned myself to be like, God, I really just care for the mission. But I want the money. So it's good. But guess what? The money is possible and available already. But it's through your obedience. God already tested you, give you a lump sum, but guess what you did? You went and shopped it. You shopped that thing out fast. It went out faster than, like, you spent more money than you got. Your expenses match your income faster than your income can come. Right? The richest man in Babylon says, look, if you live off of 10%. So there is a process of surrendering. Let's go back to surrendering. Sometimes reason why we're so stuck to the pain is because we have not surrendered the pain to God. We're just trying to heal our own pain. And all we've known was that. So surrendering says, God, please do something in my life that I know I can't do right now, but I know I can do through you. I ask that you come into my heart and into my life and do this thing right through me. In spite of how things look like, I give you dominance over me to lead my life, because why would I not want to co-partner with you, the creator of it all? Surrendering is forgiving yourself for your past, knowing that your future is much greater. Let's say this 3 times. My ladder shall be greater than my former, so I keep on climbing. My ladder will be greater than my former, so I'm going to keep on climbing. My ladder shall be greater than my former, so I'm going to keep on climbing. My ladder shall be greater than my former, so I'm going to keep on climbing. My ladder shall be greater than my former, so I'm going to keep on climbing. It is so, and it is done. It is so, and it is done. This is my favorite verse. I'm looking at my past. I'm like, my ladder shall be greater than my former, so I'm going to keep on climbing. With faith, with persistence, and through obedience, I am grabbing onto everything that God has in store for me. With faith, the power of life and death is in the tongue. There's a reason why I say you to say this word. With faith and persistent, I am grabbing onto everything that God has in store. With faith, through persistence, I am grabbing on through everything. Instead of saying, I don't have anything. I don't think I could do that right now. You show up and do it. Bruh, you think I get what I want out of what I do every day? No, but my spirit get what it needs out of what I do every day. So that's all that matters. So I do it. I'm obedient to it. There are more things that I need to be obedient to that's going to get me what I want and what I need. And that gap is called procrastination. I need you to look. The spirit of procrastination is the devil withholding your blessings because he don't want that. And you're like, look, trust me, there are evil forces, and evil forces are not always just as mystical. It can be so many different things that are in your mind trying to convince you're not good enough. Look at your life, you're not good enough. God said, look, why you keep listening to that voice? But other people keep telling you, you're such a beautiful spirit. You add so much value to my life. People keep telling you that. But in your mind, you're like, I'm not good enough. So you're not even charging for your services. People come to you for your counsel. But you're like, I'm not good enough. Look, woe to me. Look, you're not valued as not because you have money. Valued because you have a gift. And your gifts shall make room for you. Not your money. Your gifts make room for you. Money is just a form of exchange. This is how humans have figured out how to exchange the gifts. That's all it is. So you out here, you're like, I'm not valuable because I don't have money. No, you don't have money because you're not sharing your value. So You good at doing yoga? What, you need flyers? I need you to go out. Hey, you know I have a yoga class at the park. It's free, the park. God gave you land for free. Oh, do you know that I have a Zoom meeting? You good at styling? God gave you that vision. Why you not selling clothes on eBay, on Instagram, on Marketplace? Why are you not doing pop-up shops? You're good at making necklaces. Look, God gave you a gift for a reason, and it's not because you don't. Lack. I don't have the money. Nah. That's not the issue. How much money have you gotten so far? No. You misallocated the money. Let's keep it real. And you are missing the structure, not because you can't structure yourself, but because you keep saying that. Well, I don't have structure and order. I just don't. I'm not disciplined enough. I'm not like you, Ed, with the systems and stuff. I just don't know how to do that. Well, find somebody who knows how to do that. Well, I'm not like you, but the very person you say I'm not like you, instead of saying, can you show me how? You're like, I'm not like you though. Now you wasting my time because you could have been asking me a better question. Ed, how did you do that? Oh no, but I'm not like you. I don't know how to do that. I can't speak like you. You don't need to speak like me. You speak like you. So the reason why sometimes we say, I'm just humble. Humility sometimes is just a mask to not take responsibility for the gift that God gave you. So you mask your lack of responsibility as humility. I'm just humble. Humble is, I've surrendered to God's will and I let him use me, so I stand in my power and I speak my truth. That's true humility. Humility is, I'm not speaking to praise me, I'm speaking to praise God because I know what he put in me, and so he put in me, so I speak like this and I walk like this and I talk like this and I act like this because I know there's a greater force within me. So I like when people try to disrespect me. I'll be like, you don't know who you're talking to. You know Ed, but you don't know who you're talking to. Right? You don't know who you're talking to. It's not, arrogance. No, it's confidence, my higher power. So I speak with that truth. So don't look at your circumstances and say, this is all it is for me. Look at your circumstances and say, in spite of this, I'm going to transmute this. Like Sharika says, the pain point has a ripple effect if we transmute it. Shout out to y'all in the chat. If y'all tapping in, just drop some fire in the chat. Motivate your boy. I need some feedback too. So what I'm saying is, shout out to everybody tapping in. Look, you gotta take responsibility. Your ability to respond is gonna be based on your ability to trust God, your ability to surrender, your ability to believe in yourself, your ability to have faith, your ability to keep hanging on, your ability to keep showing up, your ability to trust the teachers God put in your life, right? Your ability to show up too. And I'm serious too. Like, I met a lot of people who tapped in with me, and I'm like, bro, what happened to you? Well, you just disappeared. Look, God didn't put you in this environment for no reason. You should have kept tapping in, right? And like the thing with us, with humans, we really believe that we gotta hold things, right? We gotta keep tapping in with the people that resonate with us, cause there's a reason why we tap to these people. So let's just keep growing together. Let's just keep healing together. That's why I created the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe, so we can have this community of people to grow with one another, to empower one another, right? So the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe is a holistic community that helps you structure your holistic lifestyle. So basically, we all provide and curate tools, resources, and practices that's going to empower you along your journey. We all need a little support. We all need a little education, inspiration. So the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe is that community. So the pillar of it is Rising Prime, which starts every single day at 7 a.m. Eastern. This is how you start your day positively with mental health check-in. You got to check in yourself. You got to check in yourself. You got to prime yourself with positive words. So that's personal development, affirmations, Mindful Movement, aka Qigong. Actually, shout out to Dree Love. Shout out to you. Actually, she was actually the first member of the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. So shout out to many blessings to you too. And I'm just affirming some of the things that were on my spirit this morning. So shout out to you for tapping in. And what I'm saying is the tribe is really powerful in helping us grow. And shout out to all the members of the tribe who's tapping in right now. Sharika was in the Rising Proud this Rising. So basically, once we are able to put this positive vibes in our minds daily, and it helps us grow. All right, it helps us transcend what we see in front of us because we are able to see what's inside of us. And I'm just a vessel that God uses every day to be able to transfer some of this message through Rising Prime. So Rising Prime is a powerful holistic rising routine because guess what? We about to take care of everybody's business, but we don't invest in our own business, and that's the business of our temple. Right? We about to take care of everybody's like, yo, you got to take care of this person, but did you take care of yourself? Did you check in with yourself? Did you check in with God and say, God, what do you want me to do today? What did you place in my spirit today? Did you check on your body to see where you're holding some of the tension? That's basically what I've done. I've literally said, why don't you check on yourself so you don't wreck yourself? Why don't you check on your tissues, your organs? Why don't you show yourself some love? Why don't you breathe? Why don't you drink some tea and drink some water at first thing in the rising? Why don't you meditate and pray and devote? So a holistic rising routine is some of the best ways to start your day. Now, you don't need Rising Prime to start your day. You could Rising Prime by yourself. However, if you want to build momentum, we go farther together. If you want to learn, you're able to learn faster in an environment that's made for that. If you want to get energies, if you want to be surrounded by positive energies, it's better in that environment. So Rising Prime don't have to be done during Rising Prime. Rising Prime should be done by you and yourself alone. However, I've created a structure and a system and a community to help you. So for those of you who are interested in that, go to holisticlifestyletribe.com and register, and you'll be able to tap into the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. And there I have holistic tools, routines, and practices to help you cultivate a holistic lifestyle. And I have workshop and master classes for all my healers who want to learn how to build your brand, build yourself. I have classes on that. And I'm going to host a lot more master classes. Yesterday I had a class on, it wasn't a class, it was a meditation session on the new moon. And now one of the things, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually starting to do in-person events. So I'm going to start doing in-person events in South Florida for those of you who want to tap in. So if you want to tap in, go to holisticlifestyletribe.com and join the tribe, join the community to support you. It's a community of healers, seekers, and wellness entrepreneurs on the journey of self-development, self-growth. Even if you're a healer and you got your own community, we all need support. Healers need support too. So tap into the tribe, go to holisticlifestyletribe.com. And for those of you who says, yo, I'm not really ready for all of that, and I'm kind of a bit shy, it's all right, no pressure. Just text me, and I'll add you to the text messaging. And I'll be able to text you empowering text message. I'm going to tell you what it is right now. Text this number, 561-510-9605. I'm going to say it again, 561-510-9605. And then once you text that number, you're going to get daily text messaging. Like a lot of people came through here because I reminded them through the text messaging. I'm also going to give you free access to Rising Prime Monday and Friday if you just want to try it. So text that number, 561-510-9605. You really won't regret it. It's free, and I add a whole lot of value to you. You actually get first-hand access to a lot of things that people don't even know be going on as it relates to what the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe got going on. So it's pretty powerful. And Nancy, appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. So I have one more thing to ask, and I'm going to end it here. Go back and rewatch this episode because it was indeed powerful, or go back and listen to it, or however, this is a podcast. That means that everything that you see live becomes a audio that you can listen to on the go. And if you go to edtalksdaily.com, you can listen to it on the go. Favorite podcast app, Ed Talks Daily Personal Growth and Motivation. You can listen to it on the go. I have a lot of episodes out. edtalksdaily.com. But for the day ones, for the people who's been tapping in, I need your support, because it's good to say thank you. I love the thanks. It makes me feel good. But what makes me feel good is when I know more people hears my message, because it's not my message only. It's God working through me. So if you go to edtalksdaily.com/reviews and you leave a review, not on the website, but on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, here's what this does. It tells Apple Podcasts and Spotify that, yo, people love this podcast. And what Apple Podcasts do is they share it all over the world. It gets syndicated, right? And then it helps way more people. So some people who've never heard of this is probably going to hear of it because you actually took some time to leave a review. So I really am asking you this for your help. I'm saying, bruh, if you want to give things, I don't ask you for money. I just ask you to just leave me a review, right? You want to give thanks for what I be doing on social media, the value I be adding all the time. I don't ask you for money, but I just want to ask you to say, leave me a review. Go to edtalksdaily.com/reviews and leave a review. Don't think about it too much. Don't have to be too complicated, y'all. You can just say, thank you for this podcast. Don't make it too complicated. And don't go and leave me a 2-star review. Just don't do that. If you're gonna leave a 2-star review, don't go leave a review. That don't make no sense. I've seen people do that. People I know. I'm like, leave me a review. 2 stars. If you don't get I want to slap people like that. But I don't want to slap you though. Leave a 5-star review if you're gonna leave one. Just keeping it real. One love for y'all. One love. So check out the podcast. I'm pretty much done. The message is done. Go back and rewatch it because it was powerful indeed. Remember, you have the unlimited power in you to achieve and create the life that you want and the life that you deserve, the life that God has in store for you. But guess what? It's God's plan. Make yourself pure so you can hear God's plan. Surrender you to fulfill God's plan, and have faith even though when God's plan is not working in your specific time schedule. Look, God's plan doesn't work on your time schedule. God's plan is something that you say, I know the plans that you have for me, plans to prosper me and not to harm me. So guess what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to trust your plan. And you just follow it. You keep doing it. So that's my message. Until you do that, though, here's the other side of it. The world will forever miss all your talents, all your gifts, and all the great things that you have to offer. So let me tell you this. Let your light shine. Don't hide it. Don't dim it. It's the Holistic Motivator. I want to thank you for listening. Peace.